Hello, everybody. Is my mic the right mic? Does this sound all right? I feel like I can't tell from what it's doing on here. Ow. Hello, hello, hello. It's okay, good, cool. There was a slight delay there, but hi, hello, hello, hello. Been a while, been a while. This is excited. God, when was the last time this happened, eh? She's a YouTube streamer. Thank you, Dan. That's very sweet of you. Ah, thank you, thank you, thank you. Anyway, today, we all know what we're here for. Little YouTube's edition. I did myself an episode. I don't know why I'm doing an accent, but basically, yeah. They invited me to do an episode to talk about my favourite gaming creators. And it was a wild ride. It was really exciting. Do you know what? It was really hard because obviously the video can't be like 4 hours long. So the list originally was like, it's like 30 creators, I think, and we had to narrow it down, and like it was really difficult, but it was so fun. And yeah, this is going to be basically, we're going to do, in the spirit of obviously YouTube editions being about like creators and new creators, it's going to be a Q&A based on like becoming a creator, getting into doing YouTube and all that sort of thing, and like how you can use YouTube to further what you're doing. So think of your questions if you want to be a YouTuber, or if you are a YouTuber, like if you've started uploading and you're like, oh, I don't know what like I don't know where I want my content to go, I don't know how to do this. Like, now is the time. Let me see if I can, that's better, I think. Oh, hang on. Well, yeah, I couldn't include everyone, and also like there's no point including Simon in something like this. Everyone knows who he is, like, do you know what I mean? But yeah, there was a lot of different things as to who we picked and like what made sense. Pumba, thank you so much. That is very, very kind of you. Welcome back. I was about to pull this hair out. No, Tyler, you don't have that many left on your head. Let's not be. My fringe is not doing what it needs to do right now. Look, what is this in the middle? Who is she? I'll just look this way and you'll never know. Right, let's go. Q&A. Questions about becoming a creator. I just saw a couple. Hold on, I'm going to have to scroll through to make sure I get all of them. What's your advice for getting into editing and or streaming? Do you know what? Editing's a good question because, yeah, you can... Like, if you're someone who's kind of like, you love the industry, you love watching YouTube and you love watching content like that, but you maybe don't want to be on camera, there's so many jobs within it. Like, yeah, you can be an editor for a YouTuber. And like, to be honest, finding that, like, tweeting out, like, do a video yourself, or maybe take someone else's video and re-edit it. Like, if there's like someone you watch and you think their videos are like, there's stuff you could add to them, re-edit their video, tweet it to them, send it to them. Like, use social media to get to the creators that you want to work with. I think every editor I've ever worked with has normally been through social media. What is a growth curve like when you start YouTube? Do you know what? It's channel dependent. You might post one video and it literally overnight 2 million views and you're like, oh my God, this is insane. You might post a video and it doesn't have, like, it takes you months to get to the sort of like the level that you want to get to. There is no real like growth curve that you can sort of like measure of what's like normal and expected. Some of the biggest creators in the world created videos for like 5 years with nothing, and then just overnight became one of the biggest in the world. Some immediately blow up. Like, everyone's journey is different, you know? How did you pivot your content to meet all of your interests? That's a really good question. I see creators often be stuck to one genre, in quotations, but you've been successful in being in multiple: fashion, gaming, lifestyle, etc. That's a real good question. Do you know what? I'd say I'm going to answer this twofold. One, if you're someone who, like, from the perspective of someone starting, and then two, from the perspective of someone who's already solidified in a category. So one, if you're starting and you know that you want to do multiple things, don't pigeon yourself from day one, like pigeonhole yourself. Make sure your content is about you and what you like, and like make sure it's personality led, because if your content is personality led, it doesn't really matter too much where you fit in, because it's people are falling in love with you and your content rather than the specific videos you're making. But then on the other end of it, if you're someone who feels like for instance, say you, like, let's just go gaming. Say you're a COD streamer and you move games and you want to start being an Overwatch streamer, you want to start being a whatever, Animal Crossing streamer, I don't know. The biggest thing I say is you have to just like do it. Like if that's not making you happy and you're like, I think I want my content to take a different direction, you are going to drop off a little bit. You are going to lose some sort of, but the algorithm will find it again. Like, you have to just trust the process. And like also having a conversation with people before, like, by the way, guys, this is, you know, I'm not feeling this kind of content anymore. I'd really love to start doing this. It's XYZ. And it won't come as such a shock to people. And you'll find that there are some other people that like are actually like, oh my God, I would love for you to move over to this, and would love for you to move over to this genre. Like, so yeah, I definitely think it is difficult moving genres, but obviously I was a makeup artist on YouTube. I was doing YouTube tutorials, and then I was doing gaming, and now obviously music was always the common thread. So it's definitely doable. You should have to genuinely love it. Like, don't move because you think something's successful. Move because you're like, this is fun for me. Because people will just enjoy watching someone else have fun. So yeah. Also, the creators I spoke about in my edition episode, some of them have kind of pivoted, and like some of them are very specific. Like obviously Emma MZ, she is a COD streamer, but she will do like stuff, and she'll sort of pivot out of those videos and do little bits every now and again. But Call of Duty is obviously what makes her happy. Oh God, my eyesight's not great, so I'm gonna have to lean forward to read these. Like when they're like, I'm gonna have to pause it a second. Right, let me go back to make sure I've answered. What's your advice for streaming / okay, equipment? This is an equipment question. So whether you're live or whether you're filming videos, equipment is important. Like, don't get me wrong, that is the case. But it's not as important as you might think it is. And like, there are some things that are more important than others. And I will say the number one thing that is, I always say, is the most important thing is your mic. And I know that's crazy because obviously YouTube is a video platform, and like that is realistically, you're watching something, but people can put up with a slightly, like, your phone will be perfectly fine to film video on. Like, if you're going to start spending your money, get a mic before you get a camera, honestly. Like, people love a good audio. They can absolutely live with an okay camera quality. As long as it's not like, we're not talking like potato crazy. But the average phone nowadays, even for a mic, the average phone, like, I film on my phones now. Like, I bought, obviously for streaming, I have a setup, I have like a DSLR, all of that. But for like sat down, I'm filming a YouTube video, I'm going to use my phone. It's genuinely fine, but audio over video quality every single time, 100%. Like, it is important. But I think also what people forget is that they prioritize equipment so much, and they're like, right, well, I've got to make X amount of money in my day job, and then I've got to spend like, I'm going to spend £500 on this mic, or I'm going to spend £600 on this camera. And then before you know it, you spent like £1,000, and that is a lot of money. And they're sort of saying, they're like, well, I can't justify that now, so I'm going to wait, and I'm not going to record anything. I'm not going to upload anything until I have that. It's better that you upload 10 videos of awful quality and just like start, than waiting 2 years and uploading a video that you're like, this is perfect. Because you, trust me, you will always look back at your first videos and go, could have done this better. No matter how much you think it's going to be perfect, it's not going to be. You learn with experience and you learn with practice. Like, you just have to post. You just have to start. It's true. It's true. You just got to start. That is what it is. Oh, love that. It's just not a vibe. Also, like, read reviews of equipment. Like, don't just go out and buy something because everyone has it. Everyone, like, I made that mistake a few times. There were some things that I remember when I first bought my first point and shoot. I got the G7X that everyone had at the time, and I got it and I was like, kind of don't like this camera. Like, it doesn't work for what I like. So read reviews, figure out what you like, and like, don't just go with what everyone's using, because that doesn't mean it's going to be the best. It just means that that's just what someone caught on, and like, it kind of just rolled from there. Yeah, quality will just get better. So you've got to just do it. Quantity over quality in the bidding. Kind of, honestly. Like, you've got to find the happy medium. Obviously, like, don't just record something, no edit, no thought out. Like, you've got to have some sort of like process, but don't sit there and like, oh, I only have my phone to film. Like, don't put it off just because your equipment is not perfect. Like, it will get better. And also, I would say film like 1 or 2 videos with the mindset of like, I'm not going to upload these, because you'll probably feel a little bit more chill, and you can get a feel for how it feels. Because like, everyone does this thing when they do their first video. Like, I've still got some of mine up on YouTube, and I sit there and I do this thing I call like a whisper shout, where like, in my head, I'm doing this thing where I'm talking quietly so that no one in my house can hear me, but I'm trying to talk loud enough that no one knows I'm trying to talk quietly. And this is how I sound. So I'm literally like, hey guys, welcome back to my channel. And like, I'm taking all the bass out of my voice and taking all the like confidence out, because I'm so desperate for my mum in the next room to not hear that she knows I'm filming. I'm like, mum, I'm filming a YouTube video, but I still don't want her to hear me. You have to get over that. So do a couple practices, because that does feel bizarre. For a little while, that feels weird. You do just have to get used to it. So if you film a couple with the idea of like, well, I'm not going to upload them, is that good practice? Practice is key. It's true. What is your process for coming up with video ideas? So I've always had, you know what, I do this with everything. I do this with songwriting. I did this with like makeup looks. Like, I've done it with every creative part of my life, which is essentially like notes. And that's not true. It's not that I rarely will sit and go, right, I'm going to have a brainstorm session. Like, I do sometimes, but I find the thing that works for me is like, have a dedicated note on your phone that you can go back to, like title it YouTube video ideas. I've got one that's like video ideas. I've got like outfit ideas for like red carpets. Like, I've got notes for everything, and have one for your content. And like, anytime you see a video you like, you're out and you think, oh, that would be kind of, write it down. You literally write it down. And you'll go back, and a lot of the ideas you'll be like, I don't like that anymore. It's not that great, whatever. But by the time you've sort of gone through like a single week, you'll have a good couple of ideas in there. And if you're only uploading once or twice a week, that's your week sorted without any like extra real like time put into thinking about it. So you do that as well as like maybe a brainstorm every couple of weeks or like a little research session. It really helps. It does. I mean, I don't know if there is anyone in chat who does YouTube who sort of has any specific tips for sort of ideas or how they don't get burnt out. Also just taking a couple breaks, like allowing yourself, if you're like, oh, I'm a bit overwhelmed, like just have a moment, you know. Editing videos and mic. I'm gonna keep to just talking about creative stuff, so yeah, that's because that's what this is. Editing, there's loads of different softwares you can use. Honestly, it's personal preference. I now have an editor. I've genuinely edited on what feels like every single platform available. It's personal preference. Some people will love something really complicated with filters and masking and all this stuff, and some people want the most basic version of like video editing software. You can literally edit on your phone now. So yeah, that is personal preference. Surround yourself with like-minded people. That is such a good thing, like such a good tip, Chief. 100%. You are as good as your friends allow you to be. Firm believer of that. If you've got friends that are like, to give an example, like if you're someone who wants to be a party girl and you want to go out all the time and your friends are all like hate that, they want to stay in, you're not going to get to live that life that you want to live. Equally, the same way the other way around. Like if you're someone who wants to stay at home on the weekends and you want to grind and you want to work on your YouTube channel and all your friends are out partying and they're like, oh, come on, come out. Like, and they're not saying like, oh, if you don't want to come out and you want to go do that. Yes. It's hard. It genuinely is hard to like thrive when your friends and like the people around you don't have not the same vision, because they don't have to want to do the same thing. That's not true at all. But they do have to have a like-minded mindset of how they work and how they have fun and how they like enjoy enjoy your company and stuff. A rising tide lifts all ships. Oh, true. It's true though. It is true. Yeah. So it is hard to create content if you don't have any friends around you who are sort of like interested in. In fact, when I started, the people I was friends with, I'm not friends with them in the same way that I am now, and they were very much like not into this side of this world. They just didn't really like it. So I was like, I don't really have anyone to talk to about it. Yeah. When did you decide taking up YouTube as a career? Because you definitely may have had a plan based on your education, right? That's a good question, because I know that a lot of people find that it's like, when do you have to pick? When do you have to decide? And honestly, you don't have to decide really until it feels like you often don't have to decide until it's a safe option. I wanted to do music anyway, so YouTube was a perfect place for me to sort of like do that. And I was doing covers at school and uploading my own music. Like when I was my first video was technically uploaded in 2010 or 2011, and I was uploading my own music. Like I was writing songs and I was uploading them, because that to me made so much sense with what I wanted to do. And I was always, music was 100%, I was like, I'm gonna do this is what I want to do. I don't care what level it's at. Like if I'm gonna be singing in bars, or if I'm gonna be singing at weddings, or I'll be on a stage, or like I will figure it out. Whatever the level is, I just want to do music. I don't care. So it kind of made sense. But I know for a lot of people, like Freya's a really good example. She had a full-time job, and when her YouTube started taking off, she then went down to part-time. And then when it was like her YouTube was doing well enough, she was like, well, I know that when I go from part-time to, quitting, the time that I can then put into my YouTube will then make up for that, and actually it will benefit me. So sometimes you just have to do the math a little bit. But if you do have a job, obviously you are going to have to sacrifice your like personal time to do it, because all you're going to have left is like your weekends or your evenings, or so you got to figure out like what is it that you exactly that you want to do. I believe it's difficult to choose between being a live streamer and making YouTube videos. How would you advise someone on which path to take since you've done both? Very good question. And I would say I don't think you have to pick. I think you can do both. I don't think you have to pick at all. I mean, when I first started streaming on YouTube, what was it? 5 years ago? I was uploading once a week, and I was uploading on a different channel, and then I started gaming, and I was like, well, it means that I can stream, and then you can cut down those videos and cut down the streams, turn those into videos, and like you can record videos while you're live streaming. Like there's so many ways that you can do both at the same time, especially on YouTube. So I don't think you have to pick. You can absolutely, and do you know what? I don't even think you can do both. I think if you're a creator, why not do both? You also just don't know which one you're going to love more. Like, I've had friends start on YouTube just doing uploaded video content, like not live content. And then they try streaming on YouTube and they're like, oh, wait, maybe live streaming is the thing that, like, the thing I love even more. Like, and I didn't realize. And until you try it, you don't know. Like, some people think they're going to hate it and they're going to find it really overwhelming. And then they go on and they're like, oh, it's kind of a slay. Oh, also, I'm kind of low-key recovering from illness right now. And I am in Struggle Town. So I've got my tea here. Where's Mushu? He's literally outside the door. Mushu! Mushy peas! I just heard him get up. Hello! Hi! Hi, doggy. Cute boy. So, yeah. That is whatever I was just saying. I've forgotten now. But yeah, in case you've missed the beginning of the stream, the reason I'm doing this is because YouTube's edition invited me to do an episode on my favourite gaming creators / like up and coming gaming creators. And yeah, I actually, do you know what? I can link. Should I link the episode in chat? Because you should, if you haven't seen it, you should go watch it. You should go watch it. What's my channel? Talima Plus. Oh my god, my voice is kind of painful. I can't lie, guys. Right. That's the video I did. Any tips on networking in the YouTube space? So, do you know what? One amazing thing that YouTube specifically does is they put on, like, I don't know what they'd be called. Like, events, networking opportunities. Like, they put on I guess it is an event. They put on things, like, sometimes it's to help with editing. They do classes, like, where you can go and meet other creators and you can get advice and stuff like that. And like, they really do help with new creators and like how to sort of build your community and how to build your confidence as a creator on the platform. Also just like talking to people, like finding other creators like you. Like if you're a creator with 100 subscribers, go and have a look. Who else is doing similar content to you? Maybe you can do a video together. And even if you don't do a video together, maybe you can just support each other. And like, you comment on their video, they comment on yours, and you give each other ideas and you go, I love when you did that. Like, do more content like that. Like, that was great. Yeah. Da-da-dun-dun. Ba-da-bum-bum-bum. Why is that in my head? Do you know what? I'm going to change the title to Q&A. On becoming becoming a content creator. Yeah. So, hardest part of being a creator is the comments, honestly. How do you deal with it? You just kind of just have to. The biggest piece of advice I always give with like dealing with like comments is a good comment and a bad comment are exactly the same. Neither of them change or mean anything. Like when someone, and this can be like hard to hear, but if someone tells you you're pretty, that doesn't mean you're pretty. If someone tells you you're ugly, that doesn't mean you're ugly. Like everything you think has to come from yourself, otherwise you'll listen to everything, like, which is just too much information. So you just have to be like, well, like if someone commented, oh, Tyler, your eyes are, I always say this as an example, Tyler, your eyes are blue. They're not. But they could comment that a million times. Like, but the fact they've written that means nothing. Like that has changed nothing in the world. Doesn't make my eyes blue. Doesn't mean, like, it doesn't change anything. And it's the same with an opinion. If they put an opinion out, doesn't mean anything. It's not a real thing. It's something that they've said and they've made up in their head and they've just written on the internet. So you just have to like remember that. Yeah. But it's obviously just like, it's not gonna be anyone's favorite thing in the whole world when that happens. Got to me, that's so cute. As you're streaming, who do you trust to be your mods and how do you go about managing them? Very good question. If you're looking for mods, like, obviously I've been doing it for years now, so I know a lot of my chat. Like a lot of these names, I know who you are. I would know what you would look like if you walked past me in the street. Like there's a lot of people that I do you know what, I'm gonna add a couple more mods now that I can see other people here. There's a lot of people here who, like, I know them. We're mates. It's all Gucci. But when you're new, it is difficult. And sometimes you mod someone and like things don't go well or it doesn't work out, and it's fine. Like if you have to demod someone, it's okay. It really doesn't matter. Doesn't mean that you're not friends. Doesn't mean, it just means that something wasn't working out, and also stuff can change. But it's not as scary a process as I think it might sound. It's not that deep in the day, 100%. It's very much just like, it's all good. Just see who's, do you know what? It's more about who can be there. Like who's in your chat a lot. Like, is there someone that's always in your chat? Because it's not going to work, obviously, if someone has watched your stream once and they never come back. Like, it's just, that just doesn't work, which is fair. In fact, let me mod you, Chief, as well. Your community is really nice. Thanks. I like to think so as well. But yeah, any more questions about becoming a streamer or a YouTuber or putting out content for the first time, or how to like make content better, or etc, 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 etc. Also, like, are there any creators that you think I might not know about that you think I'll love? Because that was the whole thing of, that was why I did the YouTube edition episode. Bros, my throat is absolutely killing me. I've got a song in my head and I don't even know what song it is. Oh, my eyes gone funny as well. Does being an influencer affect relationships. Yeah, I mean, definitely it will. Same way that everyone's job will affect it. Like if you work long hours, if you work short hours, if you work from home, if you work, like every job will change how your relationship is. 100%. How do you deal with the idea that it isn't really stable yet carry on? So I think that's a good question, because I think people also forget that every self-employed job is unstable, like quote unquote. Whenever you work for yourself, it always feels like, oh, what if this, like, so the best thing to do is like diversify your content. Don't just do one channel with one video a week for the rest of your life and that's all you're going to do. It's like, I love this, so I'm going to make a channel on this, and then I'm going to upload clips of this so that I have that content stream, and then I'm going to branch out and I'm going to move this content to other platforms so I can bring people over to my channel, because YouTube is definitely one of the best platforms, if not the best and the main platform, where you can have a consistent stream of earnings, because really earnings is what matters when it comes to like it being a job. Yeah, so I think it's like not putting too much pressure on it, and just remembering that like everyone self-employed feels the same, whether it's because you're a YouTuber or because you're like you work for yourself and you're a plumber and you go out and do jobs. It's like at some point, what if people stop calling you and they call the next guy? Like, it's very similar. It's just that I think because it's a new job, people are a little bit more scared of it. Harry is we love Harry. She's a queen. What was your previous professions? God. I have been a ride host at a theme park. I've been a bartender. I've been a full-time makeup artist. I feel like I'm missing out on another job. Oh, I've worked in retail, which is really fun around Christmas. Not. Streaming as a VTuber, I really want to start. I'm not bad opinions on it. Do you know what? I saw a question earlier and I forgot to answer it. What are your opinions on like faceless YouTube videos or faceless streaming? Bro, if you don't want to show your face, you absolutely do not have to. It can make it harder, don't get me wrong. But if you don't want to show your face, you are more than welcome to do that. I know that like Dream has shown his face now, but great example, did not show his face. Josh didn't show his face for the first few years, and obviously I know he does now, but like there are so many streamers and YouTubers and like content creators that don't show their face, and like you can fall in love with someone's character and you can love a video and you don't need to see what they look like. I think you just need to, like, if that's what you want to do, go for it. 100%. I don't think you have to show your face online if you don't want to, and you can still create content. It is going to make it harder, obviously. Like, it just is. Corpse, yeah. I still don't know what he looks like. Massive. Not got a clue. But yeah. For sure, don't need to be posting your face if you don't want to. Just to do makeup and other solo events? No, I've done 2 weddings in the past year, to be fair, but not because I don't do makeup anymore. It's just because they were friends. When does YouTube become profitable? As a new creator, I want to start to earn some money. Please help. So it's kind of like a difficult question to answer because there's obviously restrictions where you have to have a certain amount of like, you have to put in a little bit before you'll get anything back, where like I don't know what the criteria is anymore, because obviously it was different when I first started, but it'll be something like you'll need this many subscribers, and I think it's not particularly high. It's not like 100,000. Certain number of subscribers, certain number of videos maybe, and a certain number of views, something like that.
And once you've done that, that's literally all you need to do. You need to hit the criteria, focus on that. And once you've done that, upload. The more views you get and the more people watch your videos and like the longer the duration, that's why quality is important, then the more profitable it becomes. And then like repurposing that content so that like a long form video can be cut into shorts, and like utilizing shorts to be found through the algorithm. And like shorts is now monetized as well, so it's like repurposing your content throughout the platform in the different various ways that you can. But also just remember that like if you go into it with the mindset, obviously it is different now. Like I always used to say, like, don't start from the money, do it because you love it. I've changed my mind a little bit on that, because it's kind of like 6 of one thing, half a dozen of another, where it's like, when I started YouTube, you didn't make money. Like it wasn't really a thing back in like 2011. That wasn't a job. It then kind of became a job as I like did YouTube throughout the years. And then now that people know it's a job, you can absolutely start it knowing that you want to make money. But it's more that you should do it because you're like, I want that to be my job because I think that is so fulfilling and fun, and like I get to create things, rather than it being because you're like, I want to make loads of money. Because some people will be a successful YouTuber, content creator, and it will be their full-time job, but they'll make exactly the same that they would working at a regular retail job. And it's not that you're going to make loads of money, but that still is a job, and that still is a viable career path for the rest of your life. Do you know what I mean? So don't do it because you want to make loads of money, but like obviously you want to be able to get by so that it can be your job. My wording might be bad, but allow it. What do you think one should consider as a stable content creation income? Like, at what point is it safe to say, okay, I can comfortably survive with this career? I can't really answer that. I know it's going to be really annoying. It's so person dependent. Like, I'll use myself as an example. When I quit my job and decided to YouTube full time, I lived at home. I didn't pay rent. My parents didn't make me pay bills. They didn't, like, my mum said to me, she was like, if you want to do this, we'll support you. You have to go full out. So what I can quit my job at 19 years old with no kids, no dependent, nothing, is going to be a very different number to someone who's 33, 2 kids, married with a mortgage. Do you know what I mean? So you have to know what your outgoings are, how long are they going to be like this, and once it's been working for a little while and you think, I can do this, sometimes you have to take the leap, but only you can answer like that question really for yourself. It might feel a bit scary, and like it felt scary for me, and I lived at home. I wasn't going to lose a house. I didn't have kids to feed. Like, there wasn't that scare, but it still felt a little bit overwhelming. So I can't answer it properly. It's more just like you have to just assess your situation. Yeah. This is a Shure SM7B. This microphone. Plans of my content. Do you know what? I don't know. Obviously music is the vibe, and like my main channel, that is the beauty with this platform. Like my main channel, I've turned it into my music channel, and like I upload my music videos and stuff on there, and it's become like, you can look at the journey from beginning to now, and it's such a like nostalgic thing to be a part of. But yeah, I don't know exactly what the future holds, you know? I think my problem is that if I were going to start YouTube, my content would be very niche. And isn't it hard to get views as a niche creator? Do you know what? Half and half. Because 2 perspectives. One is that obviously, like, well, if you're a niche creator, there's less people that want to watch it. But if you're a niche creator, there's less people doing what you want to do. So the people that want to watch it have more chance to find you. And I think also what you got to remember in niche, like when you have a niche, your brandability is much higher, because say for instance you're I don't know, like a book, you love books, you create a book channel, and like, but your niche, you specifically, you literally only read and you only talk about like fantasy crime for teens, like something super specific. Well, those authors, and when people have campaigns, you're gonna be the go-to person, because is there anyone else doing specifically that? Maybe not. Like, I think sometimes having a niche is really good, and that is, you know, the vibe, and it will actually help rather than hinder. And if you're into it, exactly, if you're into it, that means there's an audience. You're not gonna be the only person that likes that. So I wouldn't worry if you think your stuff isn't for a lot of people, because I think sometimes people look and they see like, oh, I've only got 600 views, I've only got this, and it's like, well, that still might be 600 people, or even if it's 300 people that watch it twice, that's 300 people that watch that. Like, that's still a lot of people. Yeah, so I wouldn't worry. I really wouldn't. Should, as a content creator, you want to increase your audience? It's yes and no. It's not always about increasing your audience. It's about making your audience more valuable, in the sense of not valuable as in money, but valuable as in like emotionally valuable. Like, would I prefer 100,000 views and 50 comments because everyone's watched it because they don't really care about the content? They've watched it because they thought, oh, that's an interesting title. They've clicked off. No. Oh, hello, YouTube. Or would I rather half the amount of views and 15 times the amount of comments where people are like, oh my God, I love this video. This, like, I'm telling you now, as someone who's created videos for years, the videos that are the most fulfilling to put out are always the ones that do less views. Always. And they're the ones that have the comments of people saying, I love this video. Like, this video was so good. This video made my day. Like, those are the videos that like solidify you as a content creator that people want to come back for, rather than the videos that are quick little clickbait, get 1 million views, cool, done. No one cares about you as a creator. Like, it's all about creating a story as a content creator, not just doing that one video that you think is going to do well. You know? You feel? And like, think about all your favorite creators. Like, what was it that got you interested in them? Was it a quick video that they just threw out? No, it probably was just something that like you were engaged with, and you're like, oh my God, like this video just made me feel good. It made me feel happy, and all of that. Hey, Dana. Also, in the back end of YouTube, you have a lot of info. It is by far the best analytics and the most useful. Like, learning to love analytics and learning to love a graph, oh, that will help you a lot. It is very useful, because you can see when someone drops off on a video, like, oh, at this point people lost interest. Okay, what was it that I did? How do I make this more entertaining for them? Pokemon vlogs make me feel happy. Mood, love her. I love her second channel. It's a vibe. Advice on trying to collaborate with people. I have over 1K, but don't have any knowledge on how to collab. Commenting, using other platforms to talk to people, and sort of being like, I love this video, and like trying to come at it not as in like, I just want to collab, but like making friends in the space. And like, it's so good having other people that do the same thing as you, because you have people to bounce ideas off of. Like, Simon and I still do it. Like, he'll come to me and say, oh, we're doing this YouTube video, or like, we've got this idea. In fact, they've got one coming up soon. It was my idea. You best believe when that comes out, I'm gonna let everyone know. But he'll say something, he'll be like, oh, we've got this, what do you think? And I'll be like, yeah, that's sick. Or like, oh, why don't you do this? Or like, forfeit ideas. And I know Josh and Freya do the same. And like, you have these conversations, and like me and Freya will do the same, me and G, and like, I'll ask their idea, and I'll go,
I've got this TikTok going out, or like, which one do you think's better? Do you think this works better or this works better? And like having people around you is so good. But it's just like, just try and chat to people. Just say hello. Message them. Drop a message. What's the worst that's going to happen? They don't respond. Oh, well, who cares? Trust me, I've been left on red by so many creators. Years after they come back, and then you just be like, sorry, it's a bit late now. You just message. He mentioned it on Side Plus. Oh, has it come out? He did say he said he was on Side Plus. I did say it was your idea. Yeah. So they already showed the game show you came up with. Oh, nice. Love it. Yeah, that was... They had an idea and I was like, wait, I have a better idea. Do this. And the more you know. Oh, bro, my throat. Oh my God, Adele, I thought that question was for me. I was like, what are you talking about? Oh, it's not, but they were talking about it. Yeah, love that. How long will this stream be? I'll probably answer a couple more questions. If anyone has any burning questions about content or, you know, anything content related, I did do an episode of YouTube's edition talking about my favourite content creators, specifically in gaming. I'll drop the video again here if you want to see who some of my faves are. Obviously, I have lots. Like, when I tell you I had like a list of 30 and we had to narrow it down because obviously I can't do a 3-hour long video. But thanks, Lauren. We actually haven't been on the honeymoon yet. Not yet. But I'm sure we will. Two yum yums. Delicious. That's one of my favourite things ever. Did you find it easy becoming a content creator? It depends what you mean by that. Like, I think I'm quite, I'm not camera shy. So in that sense, I found that fairly easy, like getting used to talking to a camera. But I think coming up with ideas and stuff, I think that's a learning curve, and like also just learning your audience and learning what makes you, like what you enjoy and fulfills you, as well as what is entertaining for other people. So like finding that balance. I was on your list. Oh dear. Say, I know, honestly, everyone was like, you didn't mention Simon. I'm like, I think people have seen his videos. Don't worry. It's okay. Don't worry. I want to start YouTube, but I'm afraid of what people around me are going to say and think. Have you any tips? Don't worry about stuff like that. Okay. People are definitely going to say things. That's what I'm going to say. They did it when I was at school. They made fun of me. They played my videos through the speakers and they laughed. They told me I was cringe to my face. Like, it's not going to be that bad. Like, most people aren't as mean as the people that I went to school with, but you just have to, like, it will happen and people will do it on the internet. But do you know what? Who's laughing now? YouTube asked me to do a video to let people know who my favorite creators are. Didn't ask them. I think just remembering that while you, like, school is such a small part of your life. Like when that one person makes fun of you and they make you feel really small and horrible, like when you're 25 and when you're 30 and when you're 40 and when you're 50 and when you're 60, they will not exist in your peripheral. They will not exist in your life. And moments that feel so pivotal in the moment will go so fast, and you'll look back and you'll be like, it's fine. It's so fine. Like it's so embarrassing that they did that. So yeah, I think honestly starting and when people are just jealous because everyone wants to start. I don't know a single person in their like late teens that doesn't want to start YouTube. Like everyone wants to do it. So people get really upset that someone else is more confident than them and starts. So just be that person. Be the one that starts. And if people go, oh, that's really cringe, you'll be like, all right. What do you get out of telling me that? Tell me again. Go watch the video again. Give me another view. Try harder. It's fine. Honestly. You just have to like remember what you love is way more important for your life than what other people love. Like, God, your life, like life would be so boring if you didn't get to do the things that you enjoyed. Hell no. I wanted to be Zoella so badly. Didn't we all? Queen of YouTube. Is it bad to compare your work to others? What is considered too far? That's a really good question. Comparison is both the bearer of all evil and the drive to improve. So it's finding, like, I think comparison is the wrong word. Comparing your videos will upset you. Comparing your videos will make you feel like, oh, they've done better than me. They've got more views. They've done this. They've done this. And like, also everything's variable. Have they got more? They've got more views. Yeah, they've got more subscribers. They've been doing it for 6 more years. They've got this because of this. Like everything has a reason and everything is arguable. So it's like comparing for that is completely pointless. But looking at other people for inspiration is where it's like, that's good. If you feel like it's a comparison, you've already taken it too far. But if you look at other people's videos and go, oh, they put way more effort into their editing than I do. Like, I love the style. Like, that's when you go, right, I'm going to do that. Not they put way more editing into their videos. Oh my God, they're so much better than me. Then you spiral. Absolutely not. No. Yes, we'll probably show more wedding videos at some point, Erica, but I don't know when. Random question. What's your advice on learning an instrument? Grind it out. It's like anything. My advice for learning anything is you have to become obsessed with it. And like when I learned the guitar and taught myself the guitar, I would play for like 7 hours a day. Every day I would play. I'd wake up, I'd play. I'd go to school, come home, play until I went to sleep. My fingers would like bleed. Maybe don't to that extent, but like you gotta just go for it. Throw yourself into it. How do you find your own space and corner of the internet? Does it come to you or do you have to find it? Bit of both. You have to just make your own little corner and let people come and find you. Like it's somewhere in between. Do you know what I mean? Like you've got to create a space that people can come and find them, but you've got to go out and do some searching and be like, hey, I'm over here. Life lessons by Talia. I love to just talk. I could talk forever. Oh my God. I feel like I'm talking really on like, oh, I was ill last week and I've got like residual. Ugh. Income from subscribers or brand deals, etc. It's different. Every content creator is different. Some people make all of their money on AdSense. Some make it on brand deals. Some do it via like merch. Like it's just creator dependent. You're such good. I can talk. I could talk forever. I could talk. If no one was in this chat, I could talk. I'd still be chatting. Oh, okay, hang on. Gaming content. If the plan is to make gaming content, is it smarter to focus on what games are trending or try and be different from everyone else? Trends are they are important. Like if you're a variety streamer or a variety content creator, 100% play trending games. 1,000,000%. If you don't like the game, don't force yourself, because that's boring. And people, like, there were a lot of games that trended when I was like really focusing on gaming, and I didn't play them because I was like, I tried it, didn't enjoy it. And I was like, there's no point pretending or faking and being like, oh, this is so fun, because everyone can read you like a book, and it's not fun to watch someone play a game they don't enjoy. Like, that's really boring. So it's definitely like a pick and choose when it works for you. Like, is there a game that's just come out and everyone's talking about it? Yeah, maybe the best thing to do is try and do your own take on it. Like, when Fall Guys was trending, for instance, people that were doing challenges on Fall Guys, like trying to win squads solo and all these things, that they were the ones that kind of stuck out, because there is a lot of, like, the content is oversaturated, but you never know if you're going to be the one with the video that blows up. So why not? Yeah, this is live. Best length YouTube videos. Content dependent. I've said that a lot today, but it is like, obviously look at Sidemen, like their main channel is like up to 2 hours sometimes. I uploaded a 2-hour long video. Best believe that video is getting watched for 4.5 minutes. Like, it just depends on some people's content. They upload 2-minute videos and every single one bangs. Like, you just have to it's a learning curve. What works for you? It's like, are you playing a game that is, you know, are you repeating the same boss fight over and over and over and over? Are you going to include every single hit? No. If you do that, your video will be 2 hours long and it's not entertaining. If you cut that video into the best bits, winner, winner, chicken dinner. So it's just about your video and what content you're making. How far into your YouTube career do you see a big increase in views and subscribers? Not sure if this makes sense. It's so different for everyone. Like, some people will upload a video and their first video will go viral, and within 2 weeks they've got 100,000 subscribers because their video banged and they worked hard to continue on in that sort of increase. Some people will do videos for 2 years with 20 views, and then randomly they'll blow up and they'll get 1,000 views, and then they'll get 50,000 views. Some people, every video will increase by 2 views, and like your growth will be slow. Like, it just depends. There is no, what I always say is, the whole thing of like, you don't know it's not working, you don't know it's not going to work until you stop. The moment you stop, it's not worked. If you do it every single day, until the day you die, you don't know which day is going to be the day that it works, and it is like, it bangs. But as soon as you stop posting, it's not worked. Do you know what I mean? Ba, 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 ba. The latest one was 45 plus minutes. Oh my gosh. Right. I might call it. One more question, but my throat is kind of dying a little bit. So if you want to hear me talk more about YouTubers and stuff, go over to my YouTube's edition episode over on, well, it's on this channel, Time Plus. Took me 2+ years before I saw any growth. Yeah, I mean, I started in 2011. I did take a break, but 2016 I came back, and I hit 100,000 subscribers in 2017. No, in 2018. So 2 years, I think it took me to get to 100k. Fave songs you've made and why? My next one. Little exclusive. That's the thing, when you gain 2 views a video, you gain a loyal audience, which is most important. I always say this. Do you know what? Of all my friends, in every, like, in the beauty industry, in gaming, all of them, every single
one who blew up overnight has found it the hardest to maintain their the core audience. So don't feel like I just have to get a viral video. No, that's just not the case. The people that have had slow growth are the ones that have really found their like corner and found their community, and like they have a proper family. So yeah. Anyway, right. I'm gonna leave you guys with my YouTube video. The YouTube, it's called My Favorite Gaming Creators if you do want to go click it, but I have left a link there. Big thank you to YouTube for allowing me to do an episode. I was very, very excited. There's also other YouTubers who have also done episodes on like different corners of YouTube. Like obviously mine was gaming themed. So yeah. But yeah, that's it from me. Love you all, and I will see you in my next one.